When those we love have passed away, it's comforting to think of them as angels, guardian angels, always watching over us and protecting us. Some of my favorite memories as a child are squeezing into a big, comfy blue recliner next to my grandmother, Mimi, as she would read me stories. At the time, we lived right down the street from Mimi, and it was a regular tradition to visit every weekend for lunch and sit in her lap as we both looked at a book together. One year, when I was around 6 years old, my other grandmother, Mima, passed away on Christmas Eve, and so I stayed with Mimi while my parents and my older brother traveled to Oklahoma for her funeral. I was too young to fully comprehend what had happened. I just remember seeing my mom crying and knowing that she was sad. During that visit with Mimi, we squeezed in together again into her blue recliner, and she read me a new story, The Littlest Angel by Charles Tazewell. I was enthralled by the beautiful illustrations, and I still am, as I couldn't help but look over my dad's shoulder last Christmas as he read the beloved story to my little nephew in his recliner. I think reading this book to me was Mimi's way of telling me, as a little 6-year-old girl, that Mima was an angel now, and that we would all be angels for someone one day. The one angel I remember from the Bible is the angel Gabriel, who visited Mary to let her know that she would bear a son named Jesus, who would bring hope and love to all the world. I went back to the Gospels this week to reread the Annunciation story. I couldn't remember which book it was in, so I looked in each and was pleasantly surprised to read about not just one encounter with an angel, but 3. One by Joseph in a dream, one by Zechariah in the sanctuary, and the one I remember most vividly of Mary. In each, the angel delivers news that they will be receiving a son, and I was struck that in each encounter, the angel greeted them with, "Do not be afraid. Do not be afraid. Do not be afraid." This year has certainly been a year filled with fear for many, as they have witnessed loved ones suffer and die from illness and social injustices, lose their jobs and livelihoods, and all sense of hope. I pray that this Christmas, all of us can hear the words of God's angels, "Do not be afraid," and remember the hope that the birth of Jesus brings.
Please pray with us. God, we have faith, but sometimes doubt the protection you promise. We have love in our hearts, but we have anger close by. We hope for better days ahead, focusing intently on how today doesn't look the way we planned. We forget too often that today is a good day because our hearts beat and our lungs fill with air as so many people lose their fight with the virus. God, let us remember that even though we may worry, our minds and hearts strengthen to live this life with courage. An angel of the Lord told Joseph, "Do not be afraid." Another angel told Zechariah, "Do not be afraid." The angel Gabriel told Mary, "Do not be afraid." You tell us to not worry about tomorrow and that tomorrow has its own troubles. You direct our eyes to the sky and remind us that just as you feed the birds, you will feed us as well. Please help us to not be afraid so that we can be free, present, courageous, and healthy. You know our hearts and you know how fear takes up residence in us. Please bring us calm and clarity in the days ahead so that we can make room for the best of this season: hope, love, joy, and you. Thank you. Amen.
Amen.